White Dog is a 1982 drama written and directed by Samuel Fuller, a man who needs no introduction to fans of cult movies. He is one of the most renowned directors of all cult films and a true auteur in every sense of the word. He has made some truly great films like the much revered, and rightfully so, Shock Corridor, and some terrible films like the obscure, and understandably so, Shark, which starred an actor you might have heard of by the name of Burt Reynolds. Shark was a failure, not down to Fuller or Reynolds. They do the best with what they're given. Fuller's style can be seen throughout as he gives it his all.
Well, aren't you going to carry a gun or something? Sharks are cowards, Mr. Kane, haven't you heard?
What lets Shark down is its cheap budget, poor production values, and shoddy editing, all courtesy of the film's producer. White Dog falls into the prior category of great films, and thankfully not the latter of bad films. The film is based on the 1970 novel of the same name by French author Romain Gary, which told an absolutely shocking true story centered around himself and his wife Jean Seberg, who you may remember starred in Jean-Luc Godard's 1960 new wave classic Breathless. The story goes that Jean and Romain had found and adopted a seemingly friendly German shepherd. Upon bringing it into their home, they found it was constantly attacking those who were African American. It was to their horror that they discovered it was in fact a white dog, a dog raised for the sole purpose of attacking, maiming, and even killing a certain ethnicity that the hateful individual had programmed it to hate as well.
The man who owned it, how did he turn him into a racist dog?
It's simple. Find a black wino who desperately needs a drink, or a black junkie who'll do anything for a fix, and then pay them to beat that dog of yours when he was a puppy.
While it is not as celebrated as Fuller's other work, it should be. It's just as stunning and just as powerful as Fuller does what he did best, held nothing back as he went straight at the audience and never shied away for a second like the master of the craft that he was. And it perfectly shows that even in '82, Fuller still hadn't lost his edge. It was still as sharp as ever. Samuel Fuller doesn't make a faithful adaptation of Gary's autobiography. Like the auteur that he was, he took the elements he needed from the story and made the overall film his own, creating a horror film in the most true sense with a real bite to it. He strips racism down to the bare core to show the most ugly, horrible truth and then dissects it on the screen, treating racism as the insane disease that it is, a disease which, although we would like to think could be treated, will ultimately, sadly, never be cured. A very poignant message to a very poignant film, which is just as important and relevant today as it was back then. It's truly tragic then that a movie which was anti-racist in the most pure and most honest way possible, a movie which was aimed to scorn racism and not encourage it, was treated so poorly back in 1982. Paramount Pictures, who were expecting the film to be Jaws with paws, a mindless popcorn killer animal movie with no gravity to it, ended up pulling the film out of theatres after only a week due to fearing negative press would hurt them because of the film's delicate and disturbing subject matter, and rumours that the film was racist because of it. Samuel Fuller ended up becoming disillusioned with the Hollywood system after that, and left for France to alleviate some of the pain of having his film locked away in a vault with the intentions of it never being seen again. Sam never returned to Hollywood and never made another American film. He remained in France, where he made his final 3 films, Thieves After Dark, Street of No Return, and The Madonna and the Dragon.